Hey, so I understand that you can't really watch this because it makes you feel like a prohibitive amount of guilt and pity because supposedly like being out here is bad or something, or my tooth being broken is bad. Sorry. Um, my hair is blue too, green blue. So the Oculus MYST VR announcement just happened, and it looks like a cartoon. It looks sort of like a claymation type thing. And when we watched uh, Mr. Anderson's video on the firmament, when we watched the firmament environment site, he said something about like stylistic. Not only are they trying to make it the graphics look really cool and almost photorealistic, but they're also trying to do like a stylistic take. And I didn't hate it in Abduction when I saw the screenshots for Abduction in the videos. Still haven't played Abduction yet. Probably gonna wait until because being like homeless or whatever, it's mostly about being at the rock bottom, at the middle of motivation. It's like between me and my motivation, there's nothing. What motivates me to act, and I'm very close to it. So, Bungie comes out with a game, all of a sudden I have a job, an apartment, and a place to play video games. MYST from Bungie, wow. And, I played Destiny, and Destiny was, like, kind of okay, but then, like, once Destiny wasn't what I needed it to be, I was just like, okay, let me just go back to living in outer space. Shame is something that is very important to the world, and once you become immune to it, you may end up falling out of the world. Like, there are many categories of characters that are socially disapproved of, besides being homeless. Stop smart shaming. Stop smart shaming. But because I happen to be in like a very real mood before I found out about the MYST the MYST VR announcement, I was in a very, very real mood. So here's what's missing from MYST VR, and it was what's missing from real MYST. MYST! Fog. Light dispersal. The eerie quality that you're not seeing everything. That there might be something hidden behind a tree because you can't see the shadows on the ground, but you're not intellectually looking at the shadows on the ground. You just feel scared because the fog is kind of obscuring your situational awareness. And in the original MYST, because the screens were... Did you hear that? Yeah, it's the environment. It's the simulation. It gets jealous that I'm poor. You know what is spooky and freaky and weird? Class structure is built into the simulation. I don't want. It's not a disappoint. It wasn't a disappointment when I found out that the magic supported the class striations, and so that there was like layers of magic between moving through the classes. It wasn't a disappointment. It was It wasn't a disappointment or a disillusionment, because disappointment, when you're thinking about magic, you don't want to say disappointment, because if you have an appointment, you don't want to miss it. And you don't want your appointment to be taken away from you. If you're an appointee, you don't want to stop being an appointee. And I don't want to call it a disillusionment, because we're dealing with magic, and so it's like, with the simulation, how are you going to call it a disillusionment? Because there's no bottom-based reality. There's just what reality you're experiencing right now, in the karmic cycle, escaping from the karmic cycle or not. It was I don't have a word for, I don't know what the word, in my class level, we don't get to know the word for the feeling that you get when you find out that, you grow up reading the Chronicles of Narnia, playing MYST, and reading these books about the Barrow and the Arotanti and the unseen, and you learn, you're led to believe that the magic supports you as a socially disenfranchised character, or a socially disenfranchised person. And then you try to communicate to another class, or you try to pass through the class levels, and it's like, and you can't. There's like a magical layer there's a complicated layer of everything that you value being designated as worthless first, before you can move on to the next level. So it's like, forget it. I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm homeless. I don't know. But I think what I'm waiting for with abduction, to get abduction on to play it, is when I see that you can just take a game, drop it into a mod program like Gary's mod, and then that there's some sort of suite so that you can play with it, and then there's a community. Basically, with the community that Sony is building around Dreams, I don't know why Uru wasn't that 20 years ago for Xbox. I don't know why Boom Blocks didn't immediately segue into Infiniminer on consoles, or specifically on. I don't know why Uru's content that got transferred into End of Ages, with the drawing on the tablet in the game, didn't become a Wii game. Probably because there's a very large and effortlessly and organically private community of game developers and software developers that are cozied up to a previous generation of hardware developers who are modding consoles like the 3DS, like the Wii, and so probably there's just this organic, kept from public knowledge community. That's what I didn't see in Seattle. I saw the shape of it missing. Let's ask this guy if he wants to sell me a Mogwai. He looks like he's from Seattle. He's got that Alaskan Japanese worn jean jacket, Pacific Northwest ocean salt worn jacket look to him. There's nothing else to say. Just go back and watch the other parts.